It's quite amazing that we have such a border crisis going on. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is backing Jair Bolsonaro, and his people are fleeing from Brazil because of oppression. Donald Trump is helping out Colombia, giving them large amounts of money, the largest producer of cocaine in South America, and he's intentionally going against Venezuela. When he's going against Venezuela, he's giving them the ability to believe that the United States is going to help them. Yet there's millions of people that have fled Venezuela, and at this time, they're in all sorts of countries. What if they all decide to come to the United States? Will Donald Trump say to them, please come in my border? Please come into my country and work for me at my Beddington golf course? Maybe you can work for me here, or perhaps you can help us rebuild in Florida, or where the tornadoes just tore through in South Carolina or Alabama. Maybe. But I don't think so. I think what Donald Trump will do is he'll cause a huge conflict in Venezuela, and many people will come here, and he'll force AMLO to take them in, which puts a huge constraint on AMLO to protect these people that aren't his citizens from mafia in his country, that he's actively fighting, that he's actively trying to get a grip on, that the United States complains about all the time. It says, oh, fentanyl coming in from drug dealers in South America and mafia. And it doesn't matter what their name is. Sinaloa Cartel, La Mafioso. It doesn't matter. The Sureños. The truth is that the more that Donald Trump ratchets up his rhetoric against Venezuela and says that he's willing to help out Venezuela and overthrow their government, the more he says that he wants their people to come here. What are they going to do when they get to the border and all these Trump supporters are there with guns pointing at them, saying, you can't come in our country. We're making America great again. Go away. You don't belong here. You're not part of our people. You're not smart enough. You don't have anything to offer. You can't read. You can't breed with our women. What will he do then when there's a million people on his border dying to get in? Because Mexico doesn't have the money to support a million people more than what they have. They're having a hard time with all the pollution we've done to them. Our companies went down there and dumped massive amounts of chemicals all over the place. We injured tons of people and just left them stranded and strewn aside. Things we wouldn't allow to happen to American citizens. People's hands cut off in machines and damaged permanently working for companies that barely got any pay to make products to come to the United States of America. Perhaps they even had drugs put in them by the same cartels that Donald Trump complains about. YOLO be that Donald Trump says Venezuela needs to be overthrown, yet he has stolen a $50 million jet from them, and he has seized their assets and their gold. I ask you, is it because the United States of America is a bad place? Because I live here in the United States, and I personally love the world. I pray for the rest of the world. Or is it because there's a Caucasian movement that is in our country that left Germany sometime in the 1930s into the early 40s that believed in the idea of the rising of themselves? Is it because we have a group of people in our country that believe that somehow they are better than everyone else because of who they are? Perhaps they think that they are, I don't know, of a new Zion. Maybe they're the Ubermensch, the Fourth Reich. Maybe they are the breakers of eggs, the Keiner Einer. Perhaps when the eugenics movement went on, the people that led it came here first, and then let the man speak. And in his murdering wake, they hid themselves in our country and took over, while our boys were fighting overseas. They took over our government, and that's what we're dealing with right now. It's a good question, but what will he do when there's a million Venezuelans at his doorstep saying, you told us you would help us? I think he'll do exactly what he did in Beddington. You're fired. Get the hell out of here. I'm Donald Jonathan Trump, and I don't give a fuck about you.